Following Donald Trump's first win in 2016, American security agencies told us that they had found evidence of interference in the elections by foreign agents, specifically Russian agents. They said they had tried to influence the elections in Trump's favor. Their attempts, we were told, were successfully thwarted. At the end of December last year, following the latest elections, the US Treasury Department announced it had imposed sanctions on entities in Iran and Russia, which they once again accused of attempting to interfere in the US 2024 elections. It said the entities, which included a subsidiary of Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps and an organization affiliated with Russia's military intelligence agency, aimed to, I quote, stoke socio-political tensions and influence the US electorate during the 2024 US elections, close quote. However, everyone acknowledges that tech billionaire Elon Musk played a major role in Donald Trump's victory by giving him money and aggressively using Twitter or X to spread MAGA messages. I'm not sure how this is not classified as electoral interference. In this episode, I examine Musk's role and interest in the elections and what this could mean for democracy worldwide, including in South Africa. Hello everyone, welcome back to Joe Talks Politics. I am your host, Joseph Musia. Let's get right into it. Before I get into this episode, however, I would like to take this moment to express my gratitude to the 1,000 people who are now subscribers to this channel. This is a very important psychological milestone for me. I'd given myself a much longer period to reach this number, and achieving it in such a short period tells me that there are many of you out there who appreciate what I do, and for that I am very grateful. I therefore undertake to continue to bring you more analysis of political developments in South Africa, the continent, and the world. Let us continue to navigate the political jungle together. And now back to our topic. Elon Musk has enough money to bail out Eskom, the Post Office, SAA, Denel and Transnet, build us a few state-of-the-art hospitals and schools, equip our army and police, and be able to cover all the corruption that goes with it as well. Not that I would personally support such an endeavor. After all, our country is not for sale. But he has the financial muscle to do it. And to prove it, he has just bought an American presidency and a political party to go with it.
This is what victory feels like. Yeah!
How many people can get away with the Nazi salute in the US? And yet Musk gave that salute, and when one watches the news today, it is like it never even happened. Even the Anti-Defamation League, which claims to track anti-Semitism and supported a crackdown of students protesting against Israeli genocide in Gaza, explained it away as an awkward gesture in a moment of enthusiasm, not a Nazi salute. That, my friends, is the power of money. Listen to this warning from veteran American Senator Bernie Sanders.
After months of negotiations, Senate Democrats and House Republicans reached an agreement called a continuing resolution, which would continue to fund the government for 3 months. Frankly, that agreement was not something that I was all that excited about, but it was better than nothing. And I was prepared and am prepared to vote for it. And one of the reasons is that it contained a reasonable increase in funding for primary health care, something that I feel very strongly about and that my committee, the Health, Education, Labor, and Pension Committee, is responsible for. And given the enormous crises that we're facing in healthcare in this country today, it really would be of help to many millions of Americans. Within the House of representatives, the Republican House, and the Democratic Senate, there was widespread agreement on this resolution. And it was just about ready to be passed. In fact, the Republicans posted it on their website. We were ready to go. But then, out of nowhere, the wealthiest man in the world, Elon Musk, began tweeting his opposition to this legislation. In fact, he was very blunt about it. He told Republicans that if they voted for this proposal, which they had already agreed to do, he would take out his wallet and spend as much money as it took to defeat them in primaries and drive them out of office. You got that? Take a deep breath and appreciate what's going on here. The wealthiest person in the world, who spent at least $277 million to elect Donald Trump in a Republican Congress, has now claimed complete ownership of that party. And what he is saying is, hey, Republicans, forget your constituents, forget your constitutional responsibilities. If you don't do what I, Elon Musk, want you to do, you're out of office. And I have the money to do just that. My friends, what we are looking at here has nothing to do with democracy. What we are looking at here is oligarchy. This is up and up. Government by the billionaire class for the billionaire class.
Joe Biden expressed a similar observation during his farewell speech to the American people last week.
I want to warn the country of some things that give me great concern. This is a dangerous concentration, and that's a dangerous concentration of power in the hands of a very few ultra-wealthy people. And the dangerous consequences if their abuse of power is left unchecked. Today, an oligarchy is taking shape in America of extreme wealth, power, and influence that literally threatens our entire democracy, our basic rights and freedoms, and a fair shot for everyone to get ahead. We see the consequences all across America.
You're probably asking yourself, why should we, at the bottom of the African continent, be concerned about developments so far from our shores? Well, we don't really have that far to look. We already have a president who is a billionaire. We know he spent millions of his own money to bolster his campaign for the ANC presidency in 2017. We have heard how, at that ANC conference that elected him, state security agents were carrying bags of money to bribe delegates on behalf of President Jacob Zuma at the time. What is more, Zuma, the man under whose leadership state-owned businesses were used as a personal kitty of a wealthy Indian family, has stated his intention to take over the ANC and in the process probably regain state power. We know what that means for this country. We also know that that family had bought the presidency of the country long before Elon Musk had befriended Donald. After what we have gone through, we cannot afford complacency. I'm sure we have lots of mini Musks who would love to lend their hands on the levers of power here too. As for the American people, I will not express an opinion one way or the other about their choice. They know exactly who Trump is, and they would rather have him than a woman. If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to like, share, and comment. See you in the next one.